Hello everyone, welcome to the next class. And as I've told you in the chapter that is understanding diversity, already I've explained you that what is Ladakh and what is Kerala and how they are very different from each other. They are different because of their geographical pattern, because of their history, and because of the traveling of the people that who came over these lands. That in Ladakh, the European countries address their culture, and in the Kerala, the Portuguese and the Jewish culture has come to these landforms, and they have changed their people living and the style of living. And the next topic of our chapter, that is civics chapter number 2, is diversity in India. Now there is a fact that is that there is an interesting thing about to know about India is that actually the people, the Britishers, actually they came to Bengal. Now why I'm saying that why did they why I'm saying that it is they came in Bengal, because in that time there was no India. There were different states, and the people of Britishers came to actually Bengal. Now I'll tell you something. Just try to just mesmerize. Try to just feel that what I'm saying. Suppose that I'm living in Uttar Pradesh, and you are living in Bengal. Now, when Britishers came to you, you come to me and you tell that these white skinned people have came to our state, and they are exploiting us, they are killing us, they are taking our resources, they are taking our money, and they are doing many things to us. Help. Now the first thing what will come in my mind that why should I? And the first thing that will come in my mind is what are you speaking? I don't understand your language. Because as you are living in Bengal and I am living in Uttar Pradesh, languages are very different. Uttar Pradesh, we speak different language, and you are living in Bengal, you speak Bengali. So first thing that I won't understand that what you are speaking. Now just suppose that I got a translator and I got this understand that what you are speaking, that these white skinned people have came to us and they are exploiting us, they are killing us, they are taking all the money, and they are creating a problem in our state. So what will be my reaction? Yeah, your state is your state, please you control it. Why should I? Because I am living in my state and I am living very happily. They have come to you fought with them. Actually this was the thing in our India. When Britishers came to Bengal, they saw that the diverse culture of India. They saw that one state is very different from each other. Their food is different, their language is different, their festivals are very different. Everything is very diverse. Although in the state, the people are also very different. If you are living in Bengal, there are so many types of Bengalis in that one state. How? Because of the caste system. This amazing thing that the firstly Britishers saw that the people who are living in one state actually they divided into 4 castes, and moreover there is one caste that is Dalit. The majority of the people was Dalit, and the Dalits were already exploited. They didn't bother that who is taking their blood. If the Britishers are taking, or as we Indians are taking, they were already exploited, so they didn't bother what is happening with us. So they saw that in that one state, 4 different castes, and these 4 kind of people are not bothering about themselves. They're not considering that we are living in one state and we should live together and we should help each other. There was no culture like that. So Britishers took an advantage of this diverse culture. Now you will be amazed to know that if we are talking of India, Indians, the states are very different. Like if you talk about Jammu Kashmir, the Jammu Kashmir people are different from Gujarat. The Gujaratis are different from Tamil Nadu peoples. So in this land, there are so many states, and these states are very different from each other. Like suppose if you enter in Jammu Kashmir, you will be wearing woolen clothes and you will be eating different type of food. But when you will enter in Rajasthan, you will feel different. There is a different landform. There are deserts. There is no resources of water actually. If you enter in Tamil Nadu, they are eating different food. They are speaking different language. So this was the diverse culture of India, and Britishers took advantage of these diverse culture. What did they do? Like if suppose I am from Bengal, if I am from Uttar Pradesh and you are from Bengal, as we were talking, we were not bothered about each other because it was your state. So we had a set of mind that you are living in your state and I am living in my state, so we are very different from each other. So Britishers took an advantage of that. That let's take advantage of this diverse culture and let them make them fight. How? Because we were not bothered about each other. So the caste was different. Why? Because the caste was different, the food was different, our languages were very different. Nowadays it is so common that if we have internet, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, that if something is happening, we'll get to know in just 1 second. But at that time, around 500 years back, if something has happened in Bengal and you are telling different kind of people, and so much time it will take to reach to the Tamil Nadu people that oh, this is happening in Bengal. So because of no technology, this was happening. This was actually happening. That if something has happened to Bengal and if Tamil Nadu people got to know, they got to know after many years, because there was no technology. Nowadays we have Twitter and all, so we got the information and we texted at 1 second and people got to know that oh, this is happening. So Britishers got to know that let's take an advantage of this diverse culture because it has so many resources. Actually, why did they want to conquer our whole India? Because we have diverse type of resources. We were actually full of resources. So Britishers want to conquer our whole land and they took an advantage of that. So they were in very relaxation mode that this will never happen in India, that people belong from different castes, belong from different language, belong from different culture, they will come together and they will protest. So they were actually in a very relaxed mode that this will never happen in India, that people of India will come together and they will protest. So they were relaxed. But this actually happened, that the people of India got to know that these Britishers are taking advantage of us. And there were thousands of freedom fighters that got in this revolution that we will get these Britishers out of the country. And it was very hard to do that because the languages were very different. You will never get to understand people language, that what is happening. The Britishers were actually killing people and they were protesting, they were doing many things to us. And why they were doing these things to us? Because we were full of resources. So this was happened in India, that Britishers came, they took all our resources, they make us fought with each other and they took an advantage. So these freedom fighters were a great revolution started by them, that they made understood people that what actually Britishers are doing. They are taking our land, they are making us fight between each other, and they are creating a huge chaos in the whole country. So they did that. The freedom fighters started a revolution that we will make people understand that we will make a country, the country will be our country, हमारा देश, जिसे हम आज कहते हैं that it is our nation, that it is our country. Now from that perspective, from that belief, they started this protest, that we will protest to the Britishers, we will protest and we will take our land and we will make a land that is our nation and we named it as हमारा भारत. तो ये सारी चीजें हमारे फ्रीडम फाइटर्स ने की और ये सोच बदली कि ये जो सोच है हमारी कि हम एक दूसरे, अगर तुम राजस्थान में हो और मैं गुजरात में हूं तो हम एक दूसरे से मतलब नहीं है, इस सोच से निकाला हमारे फ्रीडम फाइटर्स ने और ये रेवोल्यूशन चालू किया दैट कि हम एक दूसरे के साथ हैं और हम एक ऐसा देश बनाएंगे जो एक हमारा देश होगा. इट विल बी आवर लैंड. सो दिस वाज द बिलीफ and this was the mentality of the freedom fighters. And in that, the people actually protest in a very silent mode. A small incident, actually it's a very big incident, and this incident was Jallianwala Bagh incident. Now at that time, the people were actually protesting against the Britishers, and it was a very silent protest. People were not carrying any weapons, they were not taking any violence against the Britishers. They were protesting and they were just talking, and they were discussing the views of the people. So what Britisher did, they started an open fire on these Jallianwala Bagh people, and there were no chance to get out of the land, and they could run away for their life. This was the killing humanity thing that Britishers have done to our country people. It was an open fire. Thousands and thousands of people were died in that incident. And as if you have been in Amritsar, you could see that this was the place, and there are still the evidence of the shot guns, and many people were killed in that incident. And this was a huge incident that has done by the Britishers, and they made it very clear: the one who will support us, we will leave them, and the one who will protest against us, we will not leave them, we will kill them in an open fire. So this was actually Britishers has done to our country. Now that makes our India diverse. That was our history. That people came, the Britishers came to our country. They wanted to take our land, but we as Indians, and that supports, that what support and that what mesmerize us are the songs and symbol. Now when you celebrate these days, when you celebrate these national days like Independence Day and Republic Day, what make you feel that this is our country? The national songs, the songs we sing, the symbols. That was the major event done by the Britishers, and this was a huge tribute to our country, and that's how our nation started. That's how our constitution of India was made, because what was the freedom fighters work is to, they want to get off these Britishers from the country, and they want to make India, that is our India, our nation. They have to start a country which will be called as which they have done all the things in their written documents, and these written documents were the laws, the Constitution of India. And what is in the Constitution of India? That everybody is equal. So this how they started, and this was the major dues of the freedom fighters to our country. Now I hope you understand the chapter, that what is understanding in diversity. Understanding diversity means to understand that how diverse our India is, but still it is very united. Unity in diversity, as the freedom fighters have said, unity in diversity means we are very diverse from each other. Ladakh is different, Kerala is different, Maharashtra is different, Tamil Nadu peoples are different, but still we are very unite. And how you can feel that? Let's give an example. Like if 10 peoples are killed or in Assam, we will feel very bad. If 10 peoples are killed in Maharashtra, we will feel very bad. Now just imagine if 10 people killed in America, we will feel bad on the sake of humanity. But it won't be like that as Indians. कि अगर 10 लोग हमारे देश में कहीं हुए हैं, अगर जवान भी कहीं शहीद हुए हैं, तो हमें कितना बुरा लगता है. We feel very bad because we can see this was the common conscience that has brightened by the freedom fighters. हमें बुरा लगेगा अगर 10 लोग अमेरिका में अगर गुजरते हैं, अगर उन लोगों की डेथ हो जाती है, तो हमें बुरा लगेगा, ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए हमें बुरा लगेगा. बट जो अगर हमारे देश में कुछ हुआ है और तब हमें बुरा लगता है, that was the common consciousness that has enlightened by the freedom fighters. To know this, that we are Indians. Still, we are living in different states. We are eating different food. We are speaking different language. Our dresses are very different. Our festivals are very different. Still, we are in a nation. Still, we are in a country. I hope you understand with the chapter of understanding in diversity. Thank you.